This video is like extremely overdue. You can already tell by the title, it's gonna be about pregnancy, labor, and delivery. I asked, I don't think I asked my Instagram because I just got Instagram, but I asked Snapchat and my other social medias to ask me questions. The first question is, did I bleed any? As a matter of fact, I did. I was like 5.5 weeks when I first started bleeding. And it was blood clots. It wasn't just like, oh, a little bit of blood, implantation bleeding. No, I was bleeding blood clots. They told me I was having a miscarriage and everything, but it was completely normal. Some girls bleed, and I did. How many hours were you in labor, and how many pushes did it take for him to come out? I was in labor for 14 hours, but I only pushed him for like 5 minutes, and he was. So it really wasn't that bad. What were your first few symptoms besides the missed period? Honest to God, I didn't even wait for my missed period, so that wasn't even a symptom to me. I took the pregnancy test before I even missed my period, so I already knew I was pregnant before I missed my period. The only reason I took a pregnancy test was because usually I can go without a bra all day long, and my boobs don't hurt, they don't bother me, none of that. Well, I woke up one morning and my boobs hurt so bad that I had to have a bra on. Like, I had to have a bra on. And I was like, that's really weird. Why do I have to have a bra? That's not normal. And then I was like, okay, no, maybe I'm exaggerating, you know. It's nothing, I'm cool. But the main thing that told me, babe, something's different. You glowing like you pregnant. Go get a test. Go get a test because they know what they're talking about. How did I find out I was pregnant? Basically just told you. My boyfriend made the comment. He was like, you're glowing. So I was like, okay. I know what that means. So I took a test. How did I tell my parents? Anyone who knows me knows I'm really close with my mom. That's like my best friend. It was really, really, really easy to tell my mama. That's actually the first person I told. And right after I went to the bathroom, I peed on a stick, whatever, da 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 da. I came outside and I'm like, Mom, I'm pregnant. She's like, oh my God, are you for real? You just playing with me? No, I'm dead ass serious. I'm pregnant. So, and she took it cool. She was happy. It wasn't a shocker to her at all. Now my dad, I talk to him, but I'm not close with him. Like, I'm not as close with him as I am with my mom. So I let it go a couple days before I, posted and stuff like that. And then I told Devon, I'm like, you need to tell your mom so I can tell. And so that way I can tell my dad and then we can post. And he was like, all right. So he told his mom. And I called my dad and I'm just like, hey, Dad. And he's like, what's up? And I'm like, I'm pregnant. And he was just like, oh my God, it better be a boy. Da, 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 da. Can't really say too much because I'm grown. Wasn't even mad. I mean, I could care less if they was, but it was smooth. It was smooth telling them. It was worse telling my grandma than it was them. Do you know what caused your son to be born early? If so, what was it? So if you don't know, my son was born early. He was born, he was trying to come out at 35 weeks. 35 weeks or 34 weeks he was trying to come out. And when I say he was trying to come out,
his head was out my coochie.
Like, I had to walk like a little penguin because that little boy was coming. I was on bed rest from 34 weeks to 37 weeks. As soon as I hit 37 weeks, they induced me because my son quit growing. It was fetal growth restrictions, which is where the baby stops growing in the mom. And they told me my baby wasn't even going to be 5 pounds. And they were wrong. But it wasn't too big of a deal. It was just, he was done growing and ready to come. Did you have a smooth pregnancy, or no. I wouldn't necessarily call it smooth. I threw up every day. Morning, night, evening, everything. Every day. I was in the hospital because I couldn't keep shit down. It was pretty rough. It was pretty rough, I'm not gonna lie. I think my pregnancy was worse than labor. My pregnancy was terrible. Did I want to get pregnant? Obviously. I just said that. We planned it. How did having a baby change my life? It gives me the opportunity to be the parents my parents weren't to me. And that's what I love. He changed my life completely. Everything I do is for him. When I get up in the morning, it's for him. Having a kid made me realize that all that fast life shit is really not the deal. Did I want a boy or a girl? I wanted a girl. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted a girl. I wanted a mini-me. I think any girl do, but I really wanted a girl because I just shop for little girls. I love to put them in bows. I love to do all that other stuff. But I would not change my boy for the world. Did I have a lot of morning sickness? Yeah, I pretty much answered that. I had morning sickness, evening sickness, night sickness, overnight sickness. I had in the sleep sickness, all types of sickness. When was my due date and when did I actually have him? My due date was June 9th of 2018. Yeah, June 9th of 2018. I had him May 21st. How did I feel about having a baby at a young age, and would I change that? Honestly, like I said, he made me grow up. I wouldn't change it. Because when I had these two, y'all, I was in a rough patch. Like, I was in a bad place in my life. So, I feel like God gave me him when I needed him the most. How did my family react? Oh, they was all supportive. They was all happy. But I think the one it got to was my brother. Like, whew, my little sister is pregnant. My baby daddy's family was all supportive too. Everybody has been super supportive of D2 and me and the bond. Like, they support all of us, and it's really good. I love having all of them around. Did I have any complications? Well, I was in the hospital that one time because I had dehydration because I couldn't hold nothing down. For 3 days straight, I couldn't hold nothing down. And then I had, at 32 weeks or 33 weeks, I had to go in and get these 2 shots in my butt to help develop D2's lungs because he was going to be born early and they knew that. So they needed to give me 2 shots in my butt to help develop his lungs in time for him to be born. I had to do stress tests every day for like 2 weeks. And then I was induced because of the fetal growth restrictions. But other than that, it wasn't nothing major. He wasn't in the NICU. He came out perfectly. Did I have heartburn? And if so, how did I treat it? Oh, baby, yes. My son got a whole head full of hair. And that's why I had the heartburn. They ain't lying when they say your child gonna come out with hair. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Cause when I say baby,
I was eating Tums like they was motherfucking Jolly Ranchers.
Yes, sis, I was.
I was
popping them. Nothing worked. Nothing worked. Did people judge you knowing you didn't care? All the time. Everywhere I went, I seen people staring at me from my head to my damn toes. But did I give a fuck? No. And did they judge me? Nobody, no, I don't think nobody opened their mouth to me. Nobody said shit to me. Nobody said, why you did that? Why you ain't wait? Look at you. Why you ain't nobody mouthed out to me out loud. Like, trust me, I'm pretty sure there's been multiple people who said stuff, but ain't none of that faze me. I keep it pushing. Was any of my friends or family shady about me being pregnant? Like I said, if they was, it never came to light. And if you are shady about it, did I have him C-section or vaginal? Vaginal. How was my time in the hospital? Did nurses treat me and my baby okay? Oh, I loved it. I love being in the hospital. They was great. The only thing I hated was postpartum depression. I wanted to come home because ain't nothing like home. But I absolutely loved all the nurses. Did I have diarrhea or mucus plug fall out before my labor? No, neither or. I never lost my mucus plug and I did not have diarrhea. Did I poop while I was pushing? No. I heard you only poop while pushing if you snuck food while you was in labor. So I did not eat. I really didn't eat. They told me no, so I didn't do it because I didn't want to shit on myself. What was my boyfriend's reaction during labor? This was him the whole time, y'all. So it was great. It was great. He was stuck. Like he was in shock. He cried. It was crazy. It was great to see him fall in love at first sight. Did anyone get on my nerves when I brought the baby home from the hospital trying to tell me what to do? Yes, and they all heard it. They all heard it from me. I told them, this is my baby. I'm gonna do what I want with my child. I birthed him. Y'all did not, and you're gonna have to respect that. Did D2 have any complications? Besides the fetal growth restrictions, he did come out breathing a little fast, so they took my clothes off and they took his clothes. Well, he came out naked. Obviously, he didn't come out with clothes, but they took my clothes off and threw him on top of me, and he calmed down instantly. So no, we went home 3 days after I had him. My favorite foods during pregnancy was chicken chimichangas. Well, Mexican food, but chicken chimichangas. I used to eat the sour crybabies, the bubblegum. I craved them. I had to have a pack every day. I used to eat plain bagels all the time too. I had to have a plain bagel every morning. But those are the only 3 things I really crave. Does he have to be on a certain type of formula? He did, and he does now. But he's 1 now, so I don't have to give him formula. He doesn't have to have formula. First they switched him. He was on, I don't even remember what he was on when he first was born. But I remember them switching him to Enfamil AR because he had acid reflux and he would spit up. He wouldn't keep his milk down, all that good stuff. So they had him on that to stop that. But it made him constipated. So like last visit, they switched it over to Enfamil Reguline so it can soothe his digestive system so he can start pooping regular. But I don't think he really likes that because it's very thin. The Enfamil AR was thick and the Reguline is really thin. Last question is, do you still feel certain things now that you felt when you were? Anytime I'm on my period, my vagina feels how it felt right after I pushed you to it. So that certain way your vagina feels after you give birth, I feel that pressure every time I have a period. And sometimes some smells, some foods, like, still bother me. My body will never be the same again. Never. Never. But it's good. I did it all for him. If I didn't get any of y'all's questions, I am sorry. But that was a shit ton of questions.